There is a village where the fog never lifts and the dead are never truly silent. Hidden deep within the Black Hollow woods, the hamlet of Elderbrook sits draped in moss and memory. The people speak in hushed tones, live by old rules, and never linger past dusk. Because once, long ago, a pact was made with the restless. Amid this ancient silence lives Evelyn, a woman whose quiet soul mirrored the stillness of her home. She belonged to no one and claimed nothing, neither husband nor inheritance, only a small garden and the wild dreams of a mind too curious for its own good. She often wandered near the edge of the woods, tracing invisible paths drawn by something nameless, something watching. That year, the winds turned colder earlier than usual. Crops failed. Animals refused to bear young. Children woke screaming from dreams they couldn't recall. The elders gathered, eyes hollow, and spoke of the pact. Generations ago, a wronged soul, Malcolm, the son of a nobleman, was murdered on his wedding day by villagers who feared his family's power. His bride died from grief days later, and since then, every few decades, the spirits demanded a bride. A living woman wed to the ghost of the hollow to keep the curse at bay. This time, they chose Evelyn. She wore a black veil instead of white, carried no flowers, and was led by torchlight rather than church bells. Her hands didn't tremble, though her breath caught as the forest swallowed her. A horse waited at the edge of the trees, riderless. She climbed atop it alone. It knew the way. Through paths no one walked anymore, through mists that whispered her name. Deep within the woods stood the ruins of a forgotten manor. Vines crawled across its bones. Moonlight filtered through broken stone, and there, beneath a rotted archway, stood her groom, Malcolm. His figure was not monstrous, but tragic, his face pale as ash, dressed in a tattered wedding coat, eyes sunken with centuries of sorrow. Yet when he looked at Evelyn, there was something soft beneath the horror. No guests, no priest, yet the ceremony unfolded, candles flaring from nowhere, music whispered on the wind, and shadows dancing around them as if echoing an unseen celebration. Their vows were unspoken, but sealed by a kiss colder than snow. And so Evelyn vanished from the world of the living, her soul bound not by chains, but by choice. In the hollow estate, Evelyn moved like a dream. She tended a ghostly garden that bloomed with midnight roses, danced in the ruins to music only she could hear. Her hair grew longer, her skin paler, her laughter stranger. The villagers, meanwhile, flourished once more. Crops grew, children slept peacefully. The dead for a time stayed quiet, but Evelyn did not fade. She found letters written by Malcolm in the dark corners of the estate, pages inked with love, loss, and longing. He had waited decades for someone to see him, not fear him. She began to read them aloud, night after night, and his presence changed. The darkness lifted where she walked. Candles stayed lit longer. The broken windows glimmered like stained glass. Even death, it seemed, softened around her. On the anniversary of their union, she walked with him beside the lake, their reflections mismatched, hers vivid, his translucent. Yet their footsteps matched, their silences aligned. And when she spoke to the water, it whispered back with his voice. The ghost had fallen in love with the living, and the living had begun to belong to the dead. As generations passed, Evelyn became a tale whispered to children. The girl who became the bride of a ghost and never returned. Some say she was cursed. Others say she ruled the hollow like a queen of shadows and lilies. But the truth lies deeper. If you walk into the woods on a moonless night, past the gnarled trees and forgotten stones, you might hear laughter that doesn't belong to the living. If you wait long enough, you might see them, Evelyn and Malcolm, dancing in ruins where time no longer matters. Not horror, not peace, something in between. A romance whispered between life and death. In the end, Evelyn wasn't stolen by the dead. She was claimed by a love deeper than breath, a bride not afraid, but chosen. The curse was never in the ghost. It was in the loneliness, and Evelyn set them both free.